What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So weekly rotation time. Gonna knock out the rotation video. Got some packing going on and all that good stuff. Another Biloxi trip. The wife likes to go ever so often. So we'll be heading out there, which normally brings a "what did I bring on the trip" video. So that'll probably be tomorrow's video at the recording of this. Also, quick note: I did have Cobra and Malibu, the new Hawass flankers, coming. But FedEx decided they didn't want to deliver yesterday, even though it was out for delivery. So those can't come with me on the trip. So several more days before I can get to that video. I was hoping to have those, to do those videos while I was gone. That was some content I was very much looking forward to doing. I always like new Hawass flankers, So with all that said, we've got some fresh stuff that is a certainty across the line here this week. So a lot of fresh stuff. It was definitely a warmer week, whereas moving into this week, we got weather more in the 80s, which is still pretty warm, pretty hot with the feels like temperature and all that good stuff. But slowly but surely, we're creeping down because first official day of fall is tomorrow at the recording of this. And next month, we should really start to see a little bit more fall weather. So let's dive into this rotation. It's week number 301. Stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday, was in the mood for something a little on the dapper side. A little fougere-ish meets a little bit of Costa Azzurra's DNA. I do detect it in there. Bois Pacifique from Tom Ford. What a great release from them. It's a really good release. It's kind of the in-between. For, let's say, Costa Azzurra was too much of an aquatic, coastal kind of fragrance for you. And Beau de Jour is too much of a fougere for you. I don't want to say old man or mature smell because some people view fougères that way. I don't, because this still has fougere. It's still kind of a fougere. I don't even know if it's classed as that. I don't remember. But it's got some of those spicier green elements, dense woods, a lot of characteristics you'll find in fougères that are typically based around coumarin. And this one still kind of brings a little bit of that coastal green element from and even a little bit of the citrusy smell. Even though the notes don't say there's Costa Azzurra in here, I kind of smell it. It's quite beautiful. Again, I think it's the in-between, the go-between, the middle ground, if you will, between Beau de Jour and Costa Azzurra. So if you have either of those and you like those, you're probably going to like this. Again, if maybe Costa Azzurra was a little too on the fresh side and Beau de Jour is a little too on the mature side, I guess we could say, you might want to look into this one because Tom Ford, when it comes to, classy, masculine fragrances, they like, not too many people do it better, from a designer standpoint, especially signature line stuff like this. They do a great job. This is a great fragrance, wore it to church. Wife was sniffing on me at church. She had randomly caught a whiff. She grabbed my forearm, thought it was on my arm, but no, it's over here. So I thought that was quite funny. Didn't get any compliments from anyone else, but I took that as a compliment for sure. So during the day, in the morning, during the day, we went with Tom Ford's Bois Pacifique. And then we got out the shower. I don't know what made me grab this, but I went and grabbed the original formulation of YSLY, the EDT, the aldehydic bomb. A little sharp and synthetic, but loaded with bright, fizzy, fresh aldehydes. Citrus. It's not quite as fruity as the heavier concentrations. A little fresh, spicy. This one comes across a little clean, watery, musky, the way the ambergris is. Almost aquatic-like. Still wouldn't call it an aquatic, but it's got this little fresh, watery appeal to it. Beautiful stuff. High compliment factor. More of a light blue than like where the EDP and some of the other Le Parfum, I would consider just regular old blue fragrance. What's the difference, right? What do you mean, light blue versus a regular blue? Regular blue's got a little bit more density to it, maybe a little bit more heft, heavier woods. Maybe it's a little bit spicier. Sometimes they're a little sweeter, stuff like that. Whereas this is just bright and fresh, kind of more of the fresh aquatic side of fragrances are a bit more light blue because they're lighter, airier, fresher. They wear lighter. You can typically spray them a bit heavier. This kind of falls into that light blue side of things. So still one of my favorite blues ever, and I was just in the mood for it. God, this stuff smells so freaking good. Such an underrated fragrance these days. But out the shower, YSLY, the EDT. Moving into Monday, I think I'm going to call this the best smelling day of the week. And let me explain why. So, I randomly bought this Creed. I'd never owned anything from the Aqua Originale line, and it was my favorite of the three that I bought. Green Neroli. Beautiful, beautiful citrusy green peppermint. Loaded with peppermint. I didn't think it was going to be so minty. Made me fall in love with this fragrance. It smells so good. Average performer at best, you know, nothing crazy. God, but it's such a peppermint bomb. It's such a clean, fresh, crisp, juicy. Mouth is watering from that smell. Just citrusy mint, man. It's just so freaking good. It's not as Neroli heavy as the name would indicate, just like Neroli Sauvage, which we'll talk about in a little bit. It's not as Neroli heavy as you would think, because you see Neroli in the name, you're like, oh, some people don't like Neroli. I quite enjoy Neroli. It does offer a little bit of that soapy floral smell to it, but it's more, like I said, peppermint, clean musk, a little bit of soft woods, bright, bright, juicy, watery citrus. Just a beautiful fragrance. Again, average performer. Just amazing smell. 9 out of 10 for the scent alone. This is some really, really good stuff. Definitely give it a try if you've never tried this one. Makes me want to try more from this line. They have a few others, an orange-based one and stuff like that. I'm probably going to get that one next. But yeah, during the day, a very pleasant surprise blind buy was Creed Aqua Originale Green Neroli. And when I got the shower, Old Faithful, been a little bit since I've worn it. Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue, my favorite fragrance. I get asked all the time when people hear me say I've only given 2 10s ever. This is a 10, and it's a 10 from me, because versatility plays into my rating. If you're going to get a 10 from me, you have to literally be the perfect fragrance from me. And some of this, it may be hard for you, some of you to hear this, but I don't care if it's a 10 for you. You shouldn't care if it's a 10 for me, because whatever you deem a 10, it's because you love it. It's perfect for you. It smells incredible. You wear it in all these situations. It performs the way you want it to. It's perfect for you. This is perfect for me. Raja Parfums Solo Blue is the other one. Similar premise. Blue with depth. Versatility to where I could wear it for anything. Same thing here. You get minty green freshness. 2 minty fragrances. This is eucalyptus. This is peppermint. Minty, aquatic, a little salty, just a little salty sea breeze aquatic action. Powdery iris, it's creamy, lightly sweet musk. It's a sweeter musky smell to it, more so than like heavy vanilla or anything like that. Just really freaking good. Really, really freaking good. You don't see too many dents like that in my other bottles, because I wear this one quite often. Yeah, so for me, 10 out of 10. For you, it might be a 7, might be a 9, might be a 2. Won't know if you don't try it. Get you a sample and check it out, because yeah, it's my favorite blue, it's my favorite fragrance, it's my favorite all that, because I can wear it for anything and it puts a big old smile on my face. That makes it a 10. Out the shower, Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. Come on, you gotta focus for me. There we go. Moving to Tuesday, wore it during the day, wore it out the shower. New for 2025 from Nautica, Voyage Intense. Yep, love it. Good release from them. It's Nautica Voyage plus a nice dose of cedarwood, a little tiny hint of some soft leather, and a little bit of smokiness. That's the difference. Other than that, the fresh green, watery smell, soft florals, loses some of the muskiness from the original. Great atomizer. Oh, and a great fragrance. Average-ish performance, 6-7 hour range and longevity. Pretty much what I got from the original. Some people think it's the weakest fragrance. Nose fatigue. Nautica Voyage isn't as weak as people want to give it credit for, and some people get pretty good performance. It's always nose fatigue, guys. Not always. 99% of the time it's a nose fatigue thing. Everybody gets it. It's worse on some fragrances for me than it is for you, and vice versa. Some are worse for you than it is for me. You might smell this for 10 hours. You might smell it for 2. It's that, not this. If we're all using the same batch because it just launched and we all get a variety of performance we report back, it's us. It's our noses. Not just a skin chemistry thing. Grab it from Amazon if you want to check it out. It's like 36 bucks I think I paid for this 50 ml, and somebody be like, oh, but it's a Nautica fragrance. I shouldn't pay more than 16. Then don't. Wait and see. Wait and see if it gets to that point. Maybe one day it will. Right now, it is not. And if you like Nautica Voyage, I think you owe it to yourself to check this out. If you're a big fan of Nautica Voyage, this is a must-own for you if you're a big fan of it, because I quite like it. During the day and out the shower, I doubled up on my wearing experience. Nautica Voyage Intense. Moving into Wednesday, I think this was Freshy Day of the week. Because you'll see why here in a moment. A lot of mint. A lot of mint. I think there's mint in this fragrance. It's definitely mint in what I wore out the shower. Just starting to realize I wore a lot of mint stuff this week. Didn't even realize it. But during the day, Dior Higher Energy. Fruity, citrusy, clean, juniper aromatic, musky, a little bit of spice. Gives it a little bit of zing. Woodsy. Hint of old school floral feel, you know. It's like a fruitier, old school citrus aromatic, if that makes sense. That's nice. It's got that aftershave barbershop smell with added fruitiness, like watermelon note and stuff. Like, it doesn't distinctively smell like watermelon, but it's got this juicy, fruity smell to it that doesn't make it real citrus, like sweet, as much as it makes it more like a juicy, thick, citrusy smell. Fruity, but not over the top sweet. Again, fruity, but not over the top sweet. Mixed with an aftershave, that classic spicy aftershave smell, barbershop style. It's damn good fragrance. Damn good fragrance. Paid a little over 100 for it. I've had it on my radar for years. This came out in 2002. For years, I've seen it from different discounters, and I don't know what made me say, you know what, screw it, I'm finally going to buy this damn thing. I did, and it's quite good. It's quite good. Probably my best Dior Freshie. Over Dior Homme Cologne. Yeah, probably my best Dior Freshie in my collection. Over Sauvage Cologne, which would probably be an argument for being the best Dior Freshie that I had prior. Not Sauvage EDT, Sauvage Cologne, the white label one, the even fresher than the EDT. But man, I gotta say, underappreciated for how well they do fresher masculine fragrances. Good job, Dior. I heard something about it's discontinued. I don't know. It's available. You can find it in the YouTube Shopping Network. I'll have it linked, as well as Fragflex still has stock of it. Last I checked. So if you're interested, check it out. If not, I mean, pass on it. I don't know how easy it would be to sample it, but yeah, during the day, banger. Dior Higher Energy. Went out the shower. I went with my last time fragrance buy had their which I forgot which sale. It was either their anniversary sale or something like that. I think was the last one. And they, you know, if you get random free gifts and whatever in your orders. And I got Xerjoff Renaissance deodorant spray. I decided to wear that out the shower because it's not going to last long. Gave myself like 6 spritzes around the neck. Speaking of minty, you know, minty citrus, another beautiful minty citrus fragrance. But it's deodorant spray concentration. It's next to nothing in perfume oil. So like an hour at best, and it's gone. And that's all you really need. This is just a refresher. It's clear refresher. It's a deodorizer. It's make you smell good for a little bit. Out the shower, it's great for stuff like that. In a gym bag, perfect. Perfect in a gym bag as a stopgap between when you get home, or like if you're going from the gym to home and you're going to shower and change and spray something new and you don't want something that's going to last, you know, a strong fragrance, just something to get you going in between, freshen you up. Perfect for that kind of shit. Perfect. So, out the shower, Xerjoff Renaissance deodorant spray. Moving to Thursday, boy, this was a strong contender for best smelling day of the week. During the day, we went with, as mentioned earlier, Creed's Neroli Sauvage, which is a beautiful citrusy fragrance. Not so much on the neroli as it is on the citruses. Orange, I believe a little bit of like lemon. It's just beautiful. God, it's so good. Zingy, citrusy, green. It's a little green, like more of a fresh green petitgrain type of smell. Not the mintiness of something like green neroli. But man, so underappreciated. Average at best performer, and that's even being generous. It's on the weaker side of performance, I find. Most people report it to be that way. That seems to be my experience as well. But it's still a beautiful fragrance. Oh my God, this is just such a great, if you don't mind refreshing after 3 or 4 hours kind of fragrance. Oh my God. And people be like, oh, but for 200 some odd, hell no. Hey, that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. My prerogative is I had a decant of this. Shout outs to Miss Heather for sending me a decant to where I was finally able to experience it for myself. And she sent me 5 ml and I knocked out 2 ml of it and then decided, hey, I'm going to buy this bottle. And that's what prompted me to buy green Neroli while I was at it. And I finally knocked out getting Royal Water, which had been, I had a decant in the past and had been on my bucket list of fragrances I want to get from Creed for years now. This is what sparked it because I quite enjoy this one. The internet forums will detour you. And if you're the type that feels you need crazy performance, especially if you're going to spend Creed money, hey, I get it. Spend your money the way you want to spend it, because I sure as shit spend mine the way I want to spend mine. That's why I bought it. It's that good. It is that good. If you're here for the olfactive experience and you don't mind refreshing, this is one of the better bright citrus fragrances I've smelled in a long time. Like Creed, they just underappreciated for the freshies. I'm telling you, Rolf was amazing too, but Green Neroli and Neroli Sauvage, both the fragrances with Neroli in the name, aren't that heavy on Neroli, but they are heavy on citrus, and in this one's case, a little bit of fresh green and musk. In that one's case, super peppermint. Good stuff. Good stuff. During the day, Creed's Neroli Sauvage. When out the shower, the best aroma on the planet. The combination of Sphinx Beard's aftershave, which also has the shave soap, of Caribbean Island, which is a clone of Virgin Island water, mixed with Paris Corner's Coconut Lagoon, which is a candy gourmand tropical fragrance, citruses, caramel, coconut. They just layer so well. It's like mixing a pina colada with Skittles and caramel. Oh my God. Look at it. Look at a dent. I love this fragrance. I am the hype for this fragrance. I'm telling you. Or let me rephrase that. I'm the original hype for this fragrance. I know a lot of people talk about it now. I'm sure it's a TikTok darling by now. Especially if it's now available on TikTok Shop for a great deal. But yeah, man. And the caramel, the more this macerates, the more the oxygen swaps out with the perfumer's alcohol and the oil. The more that ratio changes, the deeper that caramel comes. It just richens up so much. It smelled like sugar in the beginning. Now it smells like caramel. Sorry, I keep having to clear my throat. It's weird. But this, my favorite aroma ever. The only actual layering thing I actually do. And even then, there's some similarity here. They're both based on coconut. Just one's sugary candy, and one's a freaking pina colada alcohol drink. One's creamy, one's sugar. One's fresh, one's boozy. One's got florals. One's just straight up artificial coconut and caramel with a little bit of vanilla and citrus, you know? This is deeper. This is fresher. But together, they're impeccable. Out the shower, Paris Corner's Coconut Lagoon. Moving into Friday, I'm just starting to realize what a killer lineup I had this week. It doesn't lighten up with the hits here. So during the day, we went with the original YSL Myself, the Eau de Parfum. I wore the L'Absolu last week. I guess this upcoming week I need to wear the EDP, and I'll have worn the whole line in the span of roughly 7 or 8 days, 10 days or whatever. So this is amazing. It's a great base DNA, high compliment factor fragrance, super versatile, masculine, modern masculine floral, not super powdery. A little bit of citrus. I do get a little bit of a woodiness and musky smell from this, even though the notes don't necessarily dictate that. And it's a sweeter fragrance, not as sweet as when you start raising the concentrations, it gets sweeter. The EDP and the L'Absolu are very sweet. This one doesn't have the spices of the new L'Absolu. Again, this is very balanced. When you look across the line, it's the most balanced of the bunch. Just works for everything. The orange blossom's not rough and scratchy here. It doesn't offer that soapy orange flower smell like Neroli has. It's a different orange flower altogether. Just quite nice. Quite nice. Hard to not like this fragrance. YSL's on to something. I'm curious what a fourth fragrance in this line is going to be like, because so far all three of them are really damn good. During the day, YSL Myself. The first one, the Eau de Parfum. We got the shower, some fresh cut lemons, bright and clean. We got Happy Chopard's Lemon Dulci. One of the best cheapies I've ever picked up. Love the bottle. This is actually a glass top, not acrylic. Love the bottle. It was like $14 is what I paid for this 40 ml. I think it's like $23 for 100 ml. It smells like fresh cut lemons with fresh white florals and super clean musk. Even though that's not necessarily the notes, that's what it smells like. Super bright. It's actually a women's fragrance. It's marketed for women. I don't think it's feminine. I think it's incredible for out the shower. Bright, fresh, juicy, super, super juicy lemon. So good. So good. This is one of the best fresh out of the shower fragrances I've ever smelled. Because if you like me and you typically, unless you need to take a shower during the day, you take your showers in the evening, because I like to be nice and clean and fresh before I get under the covers in the bed. So I wear a fragrance for just a few short hours before I'm sleeping. That's what fresh out of the shower fragrances are for with me. Something to just be fresh and clean. That's why I typically go towards stuff like this. Don't need a strong performer. This is like a 4-ish hour fragrance maybe. And it just smells absolutely incredible. It's perfect for what I use it for. It's cheap too. Damn good. And out the shower, we got Happy Chopard Lemon Dulci. And moving into Saturday to finish things off here, I just got this in. This was part of, no, it was a different haul. I was going to say, I think I bought it with the Creeds. No. This and the Burkholz fragrances I bought with something else. I don't know. Anyway, bought this from Fragflex too. Very underappreciated Xerjoff fragrance. We've got Comandante here. And you'll see people related to Le Male. Sure, you're going to smell Le Male in here. You'll see people related to Reflection Man. Okay, kind of, sort of. Darley, yeah, because that's basically niche Le Male. The Dreamer, maybe a little bit. Not so much. Because here you get this thick, rich sweetness, a little floral. I do get a little hit of some sweet booze that they don't list. Because there's, join the club line. They don't really list official notes. You'll see notes in these forums, but it's not official from Xerjoff. It smells so freaking good. It's clean, it's soapy, it's fresh, it's a little bit of an earthy tobacco, like a super wearable designer like tobacco Le Male, but not Le Male elixir. If that makes sense. It's a little powdery, it's just beautiful, bright and fresh at the same time while being aromatic, a little green, soapy clean, sweet, earthy, like all these elements there, a little boozy, ambery. Very floral, adds that powdery smell. Really good. Great performer, too, and not super expensive. Paid like $89 for this 50 ml. I think it's like $116 or something like that for 100 ml. Affordable when it comes to Xerjoff. A very good step your toe in entry-level type of profile into Xerjoff because they have more challenging and daring stuff, more complexity and so on. But like to join the club line in general is just like really fresh, versatile, mass appealing fragrances. 40 knots is another one. Just incredible, high versatility, super easy to like and wear. You can do everything with it. Smells kind of like some things, but it's kind of its own thing at the same time. This smells kind of like some things, but it's kind of its own thing at the same time. They did a really good job doing that. And this has been on the bucket list for years. This is another one that I smelled years and years ago, like 6 years ago. And eventually I wanted to get, finally got, and loving it. This was the first full wearing. So during the day on Saturday was Xerjoff Comandante. Then I got out the shower. We went with sweet orange, clementine, and incense. We got a slew of products here, so bear with me. Got multiple things to grab. We went with Zaharoff Signature Citrine. So the only thing not pictured is the shave soap, but we got the aftershave splash. We've got the grooming balm, which is a beautiful lotion. Basically a good aftershave lotion. It's really good for skincare. And then, of course, some sprays of the fragrance. Again, the incense comes out very heavy on me in the fragrance. You get more of the top with the citruses and the fruitiness out of the aftershave. You get more of the green and the base and the balm. That is so good. A little bit goes a long way. Stuff is so freaking good. This is still my favorite Zaharoff product. This right here. You can get it in Black Rose as well. I haven't even opened my Black Rose one because I just use this one. Just to show you guys how much of it has been used. You see how deep the level is? And I only use a little bit. I literally dab my middle finger, and that little bit covers the neckline, the trap, the shoulder, and the pec. Dab, and same thing here. Because the aftershave is doing neck and head and everything like that. And just, a little bit of it gets... my hands are getting dry by that point from the aftershave when I get down here. But this is for any razor burn or anything like that. Soothe the skin on the entire upper section. Because yes, everything but the hair you see. Everything but the hair you see currently. So there's areas for razor burn to deal with. And that stuff's incredible for it. That's why it's my favorite product. That's why I use so much of it. I strongly encourage checking that out. It's absolutely stunning. The link's down below. If you're a fan of this, you need this. I'm not a skincare regimen guy, but boy, for a fresh shaved upper chest, I'm sure it's great for the head and neck and face and all that good stuff too. I just never use it for that, but yep. Out the shower, we went with Zaharoff Signature Citrine in a variety of products. Well, that was this week's rotation. That was week number 301. Again, there's links down below if you want to check any of this stuff out, but you know, buy nothing, watch these videos. They're always there for convenience if you do want to do a little bit of shopping. Of course, your boy gets a little cut that does help support the channel to continue to buy all these fragrances, to discuss, review, and all that good stuff. And I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. We'll see you on the next one.